order to become the best version of yourself, in order for you to shift timelines, in order for you to step into that new reality, in order for you to quantum leap or quantum jump, you must learn how to be present. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, of course, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it does not align, then it is not for you. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. Don't force it. As well as grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to go over and discuss how you can start being present, so therefore you can start moving forward, as well as what you should be expecting, what you should be aware of, certain disclaimers, and some recommendations. So starting off with today's topic in the title of the video, until you learn how to be present, you're constantly going to be stuck and stagnant, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, consciously, or subconsciously, and even financially. So number two, the second thing you need to be aware of, until you're able to make peace with your past, because that's what it is, until you're able to let go of mindsets and ideologies and beliefs and even people and places and things, until you're ready to outgrow the old version of you, you're going to be conflicted. You're going to have PTSD. And as your favorite mental health specialist who motivates, informs, and educates, who's also a naturopathic physician, your favorite rich auntie, I'm telling you from experience, from working with you all, with having conversations with people, observations, and even myself. The third thing you need to be aware of is that when you are making peace with your past, you have to talk about how you feel. So you have to learn how to be vulnerable. You have to learn how to be honest. You cannot be embarrassed or ashamed about certain choices that you made in your past because you did what you did. We cannot change the past. We cannot go back and do things differently. A lot of people regret their past. A lot of people want to change it. And I'm telling you guys from experience, you cannot. You can't. So it's in your best interest to realize what you've experienced, what has happened to you, how it made you feel, so therefore you can process your emotions, you can validate your emotions, and then you can decide what you want to do moving forward. And that's number three. Once you are able to isolate, once you are able to let go of ideologies, once you've been putting in the work, once you follow me on this account, once you go to a therapist, once you see a psychiatrist, once you go to the gods, the ancestors, and the universe, take what resonates, leave the rest, because we're not here to force religious spirituality, then you will realize what's in your control and what's not. And that's number four. Once you realize what you have control over, once you realize what you're capable of doing, you will start making improvement. You will start making progress. Everything does not have to happen immediately. And just because things are not happening immediately, or how you think or how you thought it was going to be, doesn't mean that it's not happening. You have to realize that if you're somewhere where you don't want to be right now, it's because of the choices that you either made in your past or the choices that you didn't make in your past. It's not the end of the world. So number one, when it comes to you being present, you cannot compare your life and your reality to everybody else. Unless people are in the exact same shoes as you and they're in the same path and they're in the same destination and you guys are in the same boat, what other people think about you, what people have said about you, if you know it's not to be true or to know who you are, it doesn't matter. You cannot continue to focus on mindsets and even people and places and things. You cannot continue to have conversations. You cannot continue to surround yourself with people, places, and things if it's draining you, if it's causing you to feel paralyzed, if it's causing you to doubt yourself, if it's causing you to dim your light or to be less of yourself. You have to realize that it is okay to outgrow people and that it is okay for people to outgrow you. So the second recommendation when learning how to be present is just accepting how you feel. Some days may be easier than others. Learning to heal yourself is not a one size fit all. It could take people weeks, months, years, decades, their entire lives. You have to be okay with going through the things that you went through because you're the only person who knows how you feel and you're the only person who has to experience it. In order for you to be present, you have to realize there's a reason why you are here right now. Rather you are aware, rather you took the time to self-reflect, rather you've been in therapy, rather you've been going to God, ancestors, universe, rather you've been taking the time to hold yourself accountable. Until you realize there is purpose with our intention and that you should be intentional with your purpose, it's going to be a battle. So number 4, when learning to be present, take your time. Take your time. What's the rush? Oh, she said, finished lyrics. Okay, shout out to Leon Thomas. Why are you in a rush? And I'm speaking from experience. I realized that when I had moments when I was impatient, it was simply because I needed to be where I was. Like, a lot of times we try to dismiss ourselves from certain situations because we think whatever we think, not realizing that that version of you, as uncomfortable as it may be and unbearing as it may feel, needs to be there. There's a reason why you're having to go through certain things in your life. Now, if you don't pay attention, Linda, that's when it becomes heartful and heartbreaking and hurtful. That's what I wanted to say. That's when things start to get rough. If you want to live a certain type of life, you have to do certain things. If you want to be a certain type of person, you have to carry yourself like such. Everything that's not in alignment of who it is that you want to be or what it is that you want to do, you have to start removing it immediately. And that's number 4 or number 5, because I lost count. And 2, you are intentional with your time, your energy, your efforts. I'm telling you guys from experience, you are going to feel stuck and stagnant. You are going to feel like nothing is working out for you and you're not going to be able to move forward. It's really important that you learn to make peace with your past. Like I said, seeing a psychiatrist, seeking assistance, following me, watching videos, asking questions, booking your services and your sessions, like even going to the God, the ancestors, the universe. Like, you need to figure it out, because I'm telling you from experience, you will continue to replay mindsets and behaviors and situations that are long and gone. And a lot of times when people and places and things who have hurt you and harm you intentionally did what they did in the past, they're not gonna apologize. They're not gonna ever like give you the closure that what you need. Like, sometimes you're gonna have to make closure and peace with yourself. Like, there are a lot of people who have done nasty and horrible, disrespectful and degrading and demeaning things. They're not gonna apologize. Me personally, I don't want them to apologize to me, because it's like I've already forgiven them and they know that they can't come around me ever again. Like, they'll never be able to have access to me ever again unless they stalk me. But other than that, sometimes you just have to realize that certain things are going to happen and that it's okay. But just because certain things happen doesn't mean that you have to continue to dwell on certain situations. And it's like, the best thing that I did for my healing journey, like I said, was to realize that just because certain people don't have respect for themselves, or just because I went through certain things, doesn't mean that I'm less of a person. Like, if I know that I wasn't out here corrupting people, harming people, trying to sabotage people, trying to steal from people, trying to cheat on people, trying to put people in dangerous situations, or gossip, or do any of the things that people thought they were going to do to me, I'm not losing sleep. I'm going to continue to move forward, and I'm going to get to where I need to be when I'm supposed to get there. If you know that you've been minding your business and there were people sent in your life to try to distract you or to take you away from certain things, you don't need to lose sleep. You don't need to beat yourself up over certain things. Like, it's no reason for you to keep replaying those conversations. Like, yes, when you're somebody who is like myself and you just know who you are, when people are not happy, when people are miserable, when people, like I said, are disrespectful, demeaning, and low vibrational, they will do the absolute most, because that's all they know. Chaos, corruption, confusion, envy, insecurity. That doesn't mean that you have to react and respond. That doesn't mean that you have to engage. That doesn't mean that you have to even like condone it. Like, once you learn that, okay, in certain situations, maybe you had to learn how to communicate, maybe you had to work on yourself, maybe you could have did this or whatever it was, you'll just practice. So therefore, moving forward, when you experience new people and places and things, because you're gonna grow, life is gonna change, right? Plate tectonics, nothing's gonna stay the same. You know how to move moving forward. But it's like, until you realize that maybe you didn't know what you know now, you're gonna think it's impossible to let things go, because it's really not that hard. Like, and once you realize that you shouldn't be holding on to people and places and things who try to hurt you and try to harm you or try to put you down, you will be able to Lightning McQueen, ka-chow. Like, you'll be able to move forward. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Like, nobody has time to be stuck in our past. Nobody has time to be sad and depressed and worry about people and places and things that we knew at 5, 16, 19, 20, 25, 27, 22, 18, 10, 72, or even 100. Like, if if it's not pouring into you now, if it's not fitting you, it's not financing you, if it's not making you feel good, if you're not able to be yourself, if you have to dim your light, if you have to be mindful of what you say, what you do, it's just not for you. And that's what we're not doing in 2026. All 2026, moving forward, we're only being intentional with people and places and things. And you may have moments where you have to practice, because there were a couple of moments in the beginning of 2026 and I like clocked it immediately, and I realized, and I just, I just kept moving forward, because this doesn't mean that you're not going to experience things, of course, because even myself, like I've had a couple of situations in the beginning of the year and I realized, but once I realized where I was, how I was reacting, how I was responding, and able to improve, that's what I did. Like, as long as you're making progress, you're going to move forward, boys and girls. Like, you're not going to stay stuck and stagnant. So like, if you were broke last year, as long as you're going to work and you're saving your money and you're investing your money, you're not going to be broke forever. If you want to become healthy, as long as you are changing your ways of eating and you're exercising and you're doing what you need to do, you will. If you want to be in a healthy relationship, as long as you're working on your communication and your insecurities and your flaws and what it is that you want from a partner or a significant other, then you will. Same thing with starting a business, content creation, being successful. Just don't give up. Honestly, take your time. It's really no rush for you to move forward. And that's another thing. Lastly, you can't rush the process. You can't rush time. You don't have control over time. You have control what you do sometimes, but you don't get to control. Like, there are some things that exist in this world that are set in stone that a lot of people have to learn the hard way. You can't move. You can't manipulate. You can't do. There are some things in this world where things are the way they are, and you're either going to accept it or you're going to feel some type of way. But I'm telling you from experience, you being in your feelings about your past because you can't change it is not going to help your current reality, and it's going to hinder you from moving forward. Once you make peace with your past, which I've made a video talking about, but if you want a new updated version, let me know. I'll drop it. You will be able to move forward. Like me personally, I've never been an angry or a frustrated person, so I'm not going to allow people and places and things who have done what they did to make me feel some type of way. Like I said, I never valued these people enough in the first place to be that upset or care about them, and I didn't respect them, so I personally wasn't going to allow it to stop me. Now, of course, did I have to learn certain things about myself? Yeah. Did I have to improve? Yeah. Have I continued to make progress? Yes. Do I consider myself to be perfect? No. But because I'm human and a lot of people are humans, as long as you're wanting to do better, you're going to do better. Anybody who tries to bring up things from your past is stuck in the past. And honestly, that's where you need to learn to leave people. Learn to leave people where they are. Learn to leave people where they had you effed up at. Because I love that. I love that. Like, people want revenge. I don't need revenge. Knowing, like I said, that you're in the past and I've moved forward, that's the best revenge in the world. Knowing that, like I said, who you once were is not who you are, to me, that's the biggest flex. Because it's like, I don't need to be angry. I don't need to be bitter. You did what you did. You said what you said. I did what I did. You said what you said. Like, and that's the same thing with you. Like, don't act like you're Mother Teresa, because nobody was Mother Teresa other than Mother Teresa. And even with Mother Teresa, we don't know everything about that lady. So yeah, don't be out here being sad and being depressed. Figure out what you need to do. Figure out what you need to let go of. Figure out how it's affecting you. Take your time. Continue to go to your therapist. Continue to follow, like, comment, engage, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description below. Continue to go to God. Continue to pray. Continue to go to your ancestors, universe. But it's like, just don't stay still. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. And if you want to be in relationships or in environments with people, places, and things that you've outgrown, then you need to say that. If you're not willing to put time, energy, and effort into certain things, you have to leave it where it's at. Like me personally, I don't want to go back to my past. I don't want to be associated with certain people, places, and things. If I had to experience them then, and I didn't want to experience them then, why would the healed, evolve, in the new version of me want to? Absolutely not. It's nothing in my past. And that's what you have to realize. You guys, watch the movie Meet the Robinsons. That's one of my favorite movies in the entire world. Watch that movie. If you're going to use your past, you use it as a reference, but it's no reason to go back. You can move forward, you can change your reality, and you can have a new narrative. Like I said, anybody bring up your past, girl, talk about today. Nobody cares about what you did then. Like, if it wasn't impactful, if it wasn't positive, of course. Now, if you made impactful and positive changes in your past, then that's forever. That becomes timeless. But if it's negative, or you weren't the best version of yourself, or whatever it was, who cares? Those are not the people and the places that's for you. And lastly, before I end off the video, you need to learn how to cut off certain people, places, and things, and start paying attention, because it's like, there are people in this world, like myself, who want to support you, who want to love you. And same thing with me. There is a man in this world. I'm not going to say his name. He knows who he is. There is a man in this world. I have genuine relationships with beautiful women, Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, the gays, the hays. There are people in this world. There are opportunities. There are companies. There are people who want to be there for you. There's a community. There's a tribe of people that want to be there for you, but they can't meet you if you're worried about Lisa, Sally, Mo, and Joe. And no shade to anybody named Lisa, Sally, Mo, and Joe, but if those are the people that you were around in your past and you don't want to be around them no more, you need to cut them off, because you're blocking your opportunities. Like, if the new version of you, let's just say, is wealthy and you grew up in poverty, you don't need to be worried about you being broke in 2020, or you being broke in 2005, okay? And I'm speaking from experience. 2017-ish, I was not as wealthy as I was right now, physically, okay? Or I said physically, financially or physically, one of them two. I don't have time to be, oh my God, back then when I was 20. No, I'm 29, I'm fine, and I'm aging like wine. Like, I am worried about the future. I'm worried about today. Right now, I'm doing everything I can. I don't invalidate my past. I love me. I forgive me. But 29-year-old me is not 20-year-old me. Same thing with you. Like, it's okay. It's not the end of the world just because you go through things, okay? You are loved. I love you. Until next time, peace. Let me know what you guys want to talk about.